Well, I'm very excited to be here with Shannon and Cody from Shannon and the Clams. Guys, thanks so much for being with us today. And you're here at SLO Brew in San Luis Obispo. You guys have played San Luis Obispo before, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on the fans here?
It's hard to say. This show is a little bit different than anything we've ever played here before. We've played here 3 other times. Well, the first time was at Urban Outfitters.
Oh, you actually played at Urban Outfitters. Wow, okay.
Yeah, for free, and it was a Christmas. It was very awkward.
Wow, okay.
Like between, like, pants. Like a rack of pants, a rack of blouses or something.
Okay.
I don't even shop there, so it's kind of funny. But we did play there once. And then one time we played in a garage next to a comic book shop.
It's next to Cheap Thrills.
Oh, yeah. Captain Nemo's right there in that little, where a lot of nerds play Dungeons and Dragons and Magic and stuff like that.
Me and Cody are nerds. We play Dungeons and Dragons. He's our dungeon master.
DM right here. All right, very cool.
Really good.
Okay, so you like to throw the 20-sided die and all that.
I actually just contributed money to a Kickstarter to write this like D&D quest, an entire series sort of, and then I finally got the books in the mail like the day before we left.
Okay.
So I just got like new quest books. We're sort of like ready.
Okay.
And the setting is like all the characters are like these like dumb like peasant kind of like don't know what they're doing, and they go through a weird portal and they end up on this alien planet.
Okay. So they have like low charisma levels and stuff. They're not like
They're just dummies, so there's sort of like a juxtaposition of like medieval and like outer space, and there's like big fungus forest and stuff like that, aliens. So that's what we're gonna do when we get back.
Yeah, Fungus Forest. That's the name of the next Shannon and the Clams album. So there we go.
I can't wait to level up.
There we go. Well, guys, I wanted to ask you a somewhat cliche question, but it's one. I've interviewed a lot of artists. We go to a lot of shows, and in terms of like current, what I would call like contemporary younger bands relative to my age, you guys are one of my favorites. And I am so excited to see you guys tonight. And your sound is just so unique. It encapsulates so many different genres. And I wanted to talk to you guys kind of about your influences. You know, when you were growing up, I mean, what were you hearing, like listening to your parents' old records, you know? I mean, did that inspire you, or just your sound is so unique? I'm really curious about kind of the origins of Shannon and the Clams.
Absolutely. I mean, my first tape was, well, actually, technically, my first tape was Primus Frizzle Fry.
Okay, I remember that one, yeah.
But my second tape was Roy Orbison's Greatest Hits.
Okay.
And both my parents are like huge Roy Orbison fans.
Okay.
And it transferred onto me pretty well.
Cool.
Actually, the only tattoo I have is a Roy Orbison tattoo.
Okay, and
I'm
it's
sort of a super fan.
Okay. Yeah, Orbison, wonderful. What about you, Cody?
Okay. When I was a kid, I loved. My first tapes were Metallica and 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, okay.
And
Pretty Hate Machine, is that the one, or?
I actually had a tape of remixes from stuff. No, it was before that. It was stuff from Pretty Hate Machine that had been, it was like remixes.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, you know, that was my jumping off point. And that was like in grade school. But I remember my parents had a big CD rack when CDs first came out, and we got a CD player for Christmas, and they had this collection that was like 1966, and then another CD that was like 1967. And I used to just sit with the headphones on and listen through all those like compact discs with all the like, I don't know, all the 60s top 40 stuff.
Yes. Okay. Definitely.
So that was a good time.
Definitely can hear it. The 60s garage rock, proto-punk, doo-wop, all that stuff. And you guys are just such a unique encapsulation of all those genres. So very beautiful stuff. Well, you guys this weekend are going to be at Burgerama, and word on the street is you guys have played pretty much at every single Burgerama to date, which I think deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award. If Burgerama is listening, these guys deserve a medal. What's it been like all these years to be there and be a real consistent presence there?
Well, I guess I'd mostly have to say is it's so amazing how much the Burger Boys have grown.
Yeah.
We've known them since they were little baby juniors with a few tapes, and now they literally have fans all over the entire world.
Yeah.
I haven't been everywhere, but I've been on several continents, and I feel like people always ask me about Burger.
Yeah.
Always. And there's Burger pins on everybody in every country and city I've ever been to.
Definitely. And even tonight, I mean,
Very proud of them.
yeah, I mean, the burger representing the analog, I noticed at your merch booth, your cassettes were sold out. You still had LPs, still had CDs, but cassettes were gone. And definitely the burger essence, I guess you could call it, with the cassettes, you know, and that's just kind of a unique thing right now. Well, Shannon, one last question. I know you guys are going on stage here in a second, but over the years, Cody, you and Shannon, being on stage, I mean, what are some other artists that you guys, especially in being at Burgerama all these years, that you've just memories that stand out? Artists that you've had the pleasure of performing with, legends. I saw Sleep there last year. Really awesome performance.
Yeah, they're excellent. I saw them play one time in Canada.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, at this festival called, what's that festival called, Cody?
Island. Was that at Sled Island or North by Northeast?
Sled Island, but everyone thinks it's Slut Island, which is a really good name for a festival.
I would totally be there. That sounds like a cool thing.
When we got invited to play Slut Island, I was like, yeah, definitely. But yeah, it was like they played one song and it was like 45 minutes long, and it was amazing. Yeah. Actually, one of the first bass lines I learned to play was a Sleep song.
Off of Dope Smoker, probably. That's one of those classic albums.
Scene in Gummo when the two boys are like biking down that big hill. You know what I'm talking about? It's like Dragonaut and the two kids like have all the cats biking down the hill. It's very badass scene.
It's classic.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Cody, how about you, man? All the years of being at Burgerama, any other artists that you've gotten to perform with that sort of stand out, or legends that you've got to meet, you know?
This is like, I think it's something that I never think about, because every time someone asks me this, I'm like, So I think I need to start keeping a list or something. Okay. But we didn't play with them, but we did recently see Devo play for when they did their like hardcore Devo tour.
We actually had the pleasure of interviewing Mark Mothersbaugh, the guys from Devo, down at the Belly Up, and it was one of the highlights of all the interviews. Second to you guys, of course, but definitely one of the highlights. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, we were in LA playing a different show. I don't even remember what it was. Oh, it was like, I think this record label called Lollipop Records we were playing this event. Oh yeah, at that event we played with Missing Persons, and they were incredibly good. I wasn't expecting much because I don't know. A lot of times you see a older band from your childhood or whatever, and they're like not very good, but they were incredible.
Dale Bosio and Missing Persons actually performing on the very same stage that you guys are going to be performing tonight, if you can believe it.
She's such a nice person. Yeah. She had this like little tilted fedora on and tons of long blonde hair, and I just met and I was just like, I'm a huge fan. I can't believe I'm playing with you. And she was just like, honey, let me tell you something. And she gave me so much life advice.
Like motherly, like.
Yeah. Okay. It was incredible. It was impressive. I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. Cody, I think I cut you off there, brother. In terms of other artists, any other things that on your short list of artists that you've got to perform with?
I don't know. I can never think of it, but just. When we were down in LA, and then we like heard that Devo was playing the next day, so we were like we like used the money that we got paid at the show and just bought tickets for Devo, and it was so damn good. It was so weird. Like I never thought I would ever hear those songs live, you know, those like old hardcore Devo songs. But
did you see them at the Wiltern? Was that? Do you remember?
Yeah.
I was at that show. No,
that was in LA at the Wiltern. That's what it was called, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was actually at the.
The crowd was full of celebrities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tons of celebrities.
You saw somebody famous who?
Well, I mean, I used to really like the band Failure. Okay. He was also in A Perfect Circle, which I really loved at a certain time in my life. Yes. What's that guy that?
The SNL guy from Portlandia. Phil Armisen. Fred Armisen. Yeah, he's all around. I have a friend who saw him in SLO like a couple weeks ago. So yeah.
He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome.
But there was a lot more celebrities than that. Yeah. Who else? Those are our kind of celebrities.
Yeah. I feel like there was some like some guys from like weird bands that you forgot about at this show. Like that. I feel like there's a couple other weird old dudes there.
Cool.
I don't know.
Well, guys, I know you got to go on stage here in just a couple minutes. One last question: what does the future hold for Shannon and the Clams? Upcoming albums, future tours. What can fans expect? I see those eyebrows moving there.
Yeah. Well, we just finished a new album.
Okay.
And we were trying to get it out in the summertime so we could do a lot of touring, but that didn't work out. Okay. So we have a new album, and I think it's dropping in September.
Damn, okay.
And then I guess we're just going to do a whole buttload of touring.
Okay. Buttload of touring. All right, Cody, you ready for this,
A
man?
lot of good music. We're making a lot of good music videos. Watch out, MTV and VH1 and Much Music.
I've seen a couple of them. They're very cool. If you ever need anybody to help out with the videotaping, give us a call. We'd love to be a part of that. And Cody, in terms of the future of Shannon and the Clams, a lot of good things that fans can expect.
I think we're just like, okay, yeah. I think, well, so the album's coming out later than we thought, which actually gives us more time to like do some cool stuff, like make a bunch of videos and really like get it right. But also the other thing that we want to do is make some more short movies. Me and Shannon have been making short comedy films.
Directors now. Directors.
Okay. So Cannes Film Festival.
Here we come.
Here we come. All right, guys.
Get ready, France.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you on stage. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.